on a computer and a microphone and all that kind of stuff. It's very complicated, it turns out. But anyways, hey, it's Alan over at Cobblers Plus, and I know I've been away for a little while. There's been a lot going on at the shop, at home, and everything. Hopefully the sound's working. Cassie behind the camera, is it working? Everything working fine? Sound check. There's also a delay as well, so there's like a 1 to 2 second delay. I've noticed, it turns out it's just the way that certain live streams work, I guess, in a way. But everything working on it. Volume as well, or sound. Somebody earlier commented that there's no audio, and I don't know. Hopefully live streams work, I guess, in a way. But okay, well, you can you can turn it off now. All right, I think we got to figure it out. But anyways, thank you for joining us. Anyone that's joining us now, hey Paul. But anyone joining us now, thank you. And also, again, I'm sorry I've been away for quite a while. Again, a lot of stuff going on. Hopefully I can get things back on track, maybe get this audio thing figured out. While I was trying to figure out, my camera ended up overheating at one point too. I had it on for like an hour trying to kind of get everything situated and set up. But anyways, maybe we'll do a live stream update every now and then. Audio good. We have audio now. Okay, thanks everybody. Hopefully everyone's been doing well. Like I mentioned, we have had a lot going on. It's been kind of a hectic time. The last time I posted, well, on Sunday I posted a video that I've been trying to upload for a while, but I've been having some technical issues. My laptop wanted some kind of weird update, and I had to delete everything, even the programs that are used for editing the photos for the screenshot and for the video and audio and everything was all deleted to try to make room for this update. And still didn't work out, and it took me forever to get it all fixed. That was one of the dilemmas, but I just wanted to jump on it and figure out this live stream thing. Hopefully everyone that's watching now or later on as well, if you guys are gonna like it, make sure to give me a thumbs up. That'll really show appreciation and let me know that you guys want to see some live stream action every now and then. The dilemma is, like I may have mentioned, my camera did overheat. It seems like I do have a certain time limit on it. During recordings of videos, usually I'm kind of back and forth as far as recording, because I turn on the camera, then turn it off when things are drying, curing, or anything like that, or if the compressor turns on. So there's that going on, basically, and that gives enough time for the camera to cool down. If I start using my laptop to record, the quality is horrendous. I mean, it's horrible. But yeah, that's the way it's been. Anyways, I guess best thing I can do, I'm gonna be working here while I'm talking to all of you guys. Give you a little bit of a quick shop update, show you some of the things I'm working on currently. I know some of you have also asked certain details about, like what kind of glues we use and all that kind of stuff. Maybe I'll do that in the live streams because it's a little bit easier than having to get in and edit everything. But we'll start out because I got to refill my glue pot. This is the glue we use, Jet Set all time. Comes in gallons, 5-gallon buckets, and apparently 50-gallon drums as well. I have yet to see the 50-gallon drums, but the 5-gallon buckets I may have to start getting soon. I just have to figure out a way to do that, because you got to shake it quite a bit. And doing that with a 5-gallon bucket is not an easy thing. Not at all. So I was trying to figure something out. Also, new microphone. Hopefully that'll help improve everything. It's not going to be the same still. I may have to be using my camera's audio recording system instead of the microphone, but with the live streams at least. And maybe if I figure out up front as far as how to record and everything onto my computer, well, that's an easy one. But hopefully it helps everybody with the audio especially. Does it sound good? Is it quiet? Is it loud? Let me know down below so I can kind of figure it out, fine tune it. It was enough of a challenge figuring out the program to do the live stream because there's a delay in not only the video itself but also the audio, and I had to fine tune, balance all that out. And regardless, after balancing all that out, what you guys are seeing right now is still delayed by at least a second, maybe up to 3 seconds from what I'm actually doing or saying. So, interesting fact. But anyways, Jet Set all time, that's what we like to use. There's a few other versions of Jet Set as well. For any of you wondering why I'm shaking it, there is something called toluene in it, which is this stuff here. Toluene is a solvent. It's a fairly strong solvent, and it separates from the actual glue inside there, and we want to make sure that's all shaken up. And so these are kind of things that I guess maybe I'll start doing at least once a week or once every 2 weeks. If you guys like it, again, give me a thumbs up. But just to give you a little bit of insight of as far as like things that we do here, things you don't normally see on the videos on camera. On the videos and camera, obviously you're seeing me doing work and everything, but I do get comments asking like, hey, what kind of glue do you guys use and all that kind of stuff. And so thought I'd do that for you guys. But yep, that's the glue pot. Some of you shoe enthusiasts and collectors, if you're in those Facebook groups like Allen Edmond Enthusiast, Waxed and Dyed, North American Shoe Rebuilders and all that kind of stuff, you may have recently seen a photo, I think maybe about a week or two ago, of a cobbler who had a plastic pot that looked, I'll grab mine here, like this one here. And it was just this huge thing on top where that was a bunch of glue basically. And yeah, I mean, it was standing up like about this tall. You know, here's the glue pot and standing up about that tall on the back end of this glue pot. And that's a thing from Cobblers. I mean, this is the cleaner glue pot out of the two that we have here on the other workbench. That one's just really covered in glue. That one's not mine though. That one's our other guy that comes in here. He doesn't like to be mentioned, so I'm not going to mention his name. You know, so you guys don't need to start saying, hey, what's his name, or show him on video. He's not comfortable with it. Respect that for him. That's understandable. I originally wasn't too comfortable with being on video either, so thought I'd mention that. It's refill time, actually. It's after hours here at the shop, and I thought, well, I've got a few things curing and drying. I got to refill a few things, and this bottle here, for anyone wondering, this is my toluene bottle, which is this stuff that I told you that's in the glue. Helps deactivate adhesives. It's a good solvent for also certain cleaning. This gallon's almost empty, so I gotta empty it out anyways. I got another gallon here, but that's enough to get me by at least just for the evening. Tomorrow I'll have to probably refill it anyways. There are obviously other glues that we use as well here at our shop. We have a number of different glues. I've got, let's see, pull it out real quick. This stuff here, for any of you wondering, this is Renia CDC Cola de Cologne. This is per ounce the most expensive glue. From what I understand, there is one version from them, one or two versions from Renia that's a little bit more expensive. That's like an orthopedic grade, but yeah, it's not really used as much. It's not as necessary for us, in other words. So thought I'd point that out. Let's fill up this other bottle as well. This one here with the orange cap is my acetone here. I do have some Renia acetone as well, but it's pricey. Not even worth it. Basically, it literally did the same thing, honestly, for me. It may be a tad bit better, but not much. There is, without spilling it all over the place. This is why I hate refilling. There we go. It drips all over the place. And I don't want to get it all over my laptop and everything. And that's why I shouldn't be wearing nice shoes usually. If you come into a cobbler shop, most cobblers aren't wearing anything too fancy unless it's on a Saturday. Saturday is dress-up day, where we look a little bit more presentable and nicer. For any of you interested, funny fact, toluene, we get all these chemicals and stuff on our hands frequently. And I've noticed, just for a fun fact, toluene is actually a warmer feel on the hands. Acetone is actually a very cold feel on the hands. Thought I'd point that out. Grab my glasses. Okay, grab my tea. Sorry, I need a drink. Got some hot Earl Grey there. But a few things I'm working on right now. I got some Christian Louboutins here. Those are one of my jobs of the day that I'm working on. We're doing some red bottom protective soles on these, so I'll be throwing on some glue while talking to everybody. I don't know, again, how this live stream is coming along for all of you, if you guys are enjoying it, or if you guys aren't having too much fun with it, or what. Whoa, almost dropped it there. It doesn't fit on this shoe last, but I just need it on here long enough to rest it. But if you guys are enjoying it, if you have questions, maybe leave them down below, because again, since I've been out of here for a little while, you know, on the live streams, maybe we can figure out a day or time for me to get on a little more frequently, at least to give you guys shop updates, answer questions, things like that. So if you have questions, you know, comment down below. What tends to have, you know, so Paul, I guess what I have, again, we're in Colorado, so we surprisingly are a very diverse state, and I have a number of all sorts of things. I do definitely see a little more frequency on men's shoes coming in, because men's shoes, men don't like to change out their shoes too frequently, so they tend to bring them in more often. Although, again, without saying the whole thing that's going on in the world, 2020 and everything, we did see a lot more of these ladies' heels coming through, men's heels, shoe shines, touch-ups, more of the small jobs. Right now, they're currently dead, and that's kind of our bread and butter for all of us cobblers, is that small work. The full recrafts, rebuilds, larger full-service jobs. I am seeing a lot more of that. I appreciate everybody that sent things over, who's dropped off stuff. It's greatly appreciated. But the small stuff at the end of the day is still our bread and butter. It's a lot easier for us to turn it around, because we do have, after all, many years of experience. So a lot of that small stuff is quicker and easier, but we're just not seeing much of it. Ladies aren't going out as much right now, whether it's to the office or... Sorry, everyone. My camera, I guess, is already overheating or something. It just did something weird. But like I'd mentioned, yeah, we're just not seeing as much of the ladies' heels or anything like that. Man, I really have to figure out the camera situation. I wish I can grab a new camera. These things are $500. I can't really afford a, you know, Hero 8 or 9 from GoPro, even though it's plugged in. It's not the battery dying, it's plugged in right now. Things overheating. But have you ever resold a pair of Louboutins with a JR and put red lacquer on it? I have not yet. I have resold a pair of Christian Louboutins with the red bottom like that there from Caselli. That's a mirror, but in a full sole version. It was a really chewed up pair. Dog got to it. They were just destroyed and shot. So a lot of ladies want that low profile. They want the rubber for better grip and everything. So again, we're in Colorado, so most people tend to lean towards the rubber a little more frequently than the leather as well. Reselling Christian Louboutins with rubber feels like putting a bumper sticker on a Ferrari. Not quite. Honestly, I don't think it is, because I mean, even Christian Louboutin puts the rubber on some of their shoes. I actually recently had a pair come in. I'll post it on our Facebook and Instagram. Make sure to check us out on there. Facebook is just Cobblers Plus. Instagram is Cobblers Plus CO. But I'll post a picture on there where a brand new pair of Christian Louboutins have a pair of rubber soles already from the factory on them, and they're not a knockoff. Trust me, I've known and seen enough knockoffs, and really good ones too, to be able to tell that they're not a knockoff, and they had a rubber sole on them from the factory, which was really cool to see, honestly. Where can I get a stand anvil like that? So these, let's see, the Backwoods Engineer, I like that name. These are very hard to come by. I do have a lighter one of these. Honestly, check it out on Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace. Sometimes they'll post the short ones, but these full-sized ones are very hard to come by. A brand new one, ordering it from one of our suppliers or vendors. If you want to shoot me a message, I'll be able to give you their contact information. but they're roughly about $700 to $800 for one of these, and it's not one of these old cast iron ones. It's a hollow one that's really lighter weight. So yeah, just as a heads up. What about house leather? I did do a pair of Louboutins. This was pre-YouTube videos that I started doing. I have resold a pair of Christian Louboutins with the house grade leather, but that was quite some time ago, and honestly I can't remember that far back to give you all the details. Yep, not given. Good point. Check out eBay, definitely. Most of the stuff you'll find on eBay for these anvils will probably be coming out of China or other parts of Asia, maybe in Europe if you're lucky, but that's a slim chance. Yeah, Backwoods Engineer, definitely. Yeah, this one here, this is a Stetson, so if you guys want to take a look. Oh man, I just got grease on my hands. Thanks a lot. You're good. This is a Sutton brand one. These are solid cast iron from top to bottom, so they are very hard to come by, because if I could find one, I would grab it immediately. But don't be surprised if one of these guys runs you with only 3 to 4 of these last right here, these headpieces, probably about $1,000 to $1,200. Honestly, like, they are not cheap. They are very hard to come by. Easier on the East Coast, a little bit harder on the West Coast. Most of the ones you'll find are the lightweight ones, like you've heard me where I hit it and it's really loud and obnoxious. If you've seen some of the videos with that one, I sometimes have to use that one on the Christian Louboutins because of the particular last that I have for that one. It just fits the Louboutins a little bit better. Alright, there we go. Got the grease off. And the gentleman who also gave me some of this white lithium grease here, thank you, I appreciate that he gave me that, because this thing was squeaking. It's not squeaking no more, but I should probably clean it up. I think it's starting not to spin as well as it used to. So yep, do also have another Louboutin. This just came in today, which is really cool. This is a men's lace-up Christian Louboutin. We're going to be doing the protective soles. Yes, they're a little bit more brand new, a little bit of wear here and there. It looks like he must have put on one of those clear, yeah, I see it right there. There's a little bit of a marking. It looks like he did put a clear protective piece, and it must have peeled off very quickly, but there are still divots all over it and everything. Don't know if the camera will catch it. The heel's a little bit there, but the these are definitely going to be a better upgrade overall, durability wise, traction wise, grip and all that. Got a Jimmy Choo here. I have another one just like it in white. It's bagged up at the moment. I'm going to take it out. We were having to shorten this by 1/4 inch. On average, ladies, if you want heel shortened, we can do it. But 1/4 inch is typically that limit. Some shoes, especially like Louboutin, you don't want to shorten that heel anymore. To properly shorten it, honestly, you have to get an entire new one of these. Getting one to fit it just right and everything is a problem. In other words, it's not so much as hard, it's more of a problem. As you can tell, this is one of Jimmy Choo's models that I believe is little like sapphire glitter pieces in these. It's some kind of special glitter pieces. So in order for me to remove this, I need either an original heel base, or it's going to be extremely challenging saving this piece, because this isn't a leather, this is a felt material with the glitter pieces. So keep in mind, some heels can be shortened. Average is about 1/4 inch. When you're wearing the shoes, 1/4 inch can make a world of difference. Trust me, I know, because we work with a chiropractor. Like this boot here, we're going to be putting a 1/4 inch lift in the right foot only, where we're going to slice the leather open and put a lift in there. This lady is recovering after either an accident or something may have happened, or a slip disc, and she needs a 1/4 inch. Again, doesn't sound like much, but it makes a world of difference when you're actually wearing the shoes. Some cases we actually do only even 1/8 inch, and one gentleman I have, a 1/16 inch can make a huge difference for him. We've been working with him for years, and it can get really troublesome for him, so we have to really adjust things. Oh, I didn't know. Hopefully that doesn't make too much noise when I touch the microphone there. Let's see. Phil, Vibram Arctic Grip Soles have a pair of Allen Edmonds boots, but so Phil, I did do a Soul Talk Sunday episode about the Arctic Grip Soles. Hang on, let me go back to Backwoods. Sorry, but I really appreciate the information. Yep, wish I could help more. Backwoods Engineer. Back to you, Phil. I apologize. Arctic Grip soles are great. I did a Soul Talk Sunday episode on that quite some time ago if you want to check that out in our category there. Otherwise, honestly, they're a great sole. Again, in Colorado, we do get our fair share of ice and everything, but you have to keep in mind that sole is designed strictly for a grip purpose. It will last you for a good while, but it's a much softer material, so don't expect it to last nearly as long as any of the other soles from Vibram. Any of those other soles will outlast the Vibram Arctic Grip. That stuff is way too soft. Also, if you got it on your Allen Edmonds, because the Allen Edmonds are Goodyear welted and stitched, hopefully the cobbler that did it for you did not stitch the rubber itself. That is a major problem. Yes, it looks great. It looks nice. It seems like it's going to be more secure, but the problem is that if I had a pair here somewhere, no, I guess I don't. Oh, this Freebird is perfect. But you can see that this one's stitched right there where the stitch is, that very corner piece. You catch that just one time, just a little bit trip or anything, it's gonna rip immediately because that rubber's too soft and the tension from the stitches is pulling so tight on that rubber that it's ripping through it as you're walking. So if you get the Arctic Grip soles for anybody, ask your cobbler not to stitch them. If they're one of those cobblers, they do phenomenal, beautiful work. Yes, I know there's some out there, they do amazing work and they can stitch a rubber sole just fine. Some rubber soles will stitch perfectly well, but the Arctic Grip in particular, that rubber compound does not work whatsoever being stitched. So just wanted to give you guys a little heads up. But by the way, a little shout out to Freebird actually, where this is one of theirs. We do all of Freebird's warranty repairs here in Colorado. We work with all the locations, their main office and everything, so we do warranty repairs for them, and they send us referrals and everything. So I wanted to give them a shout out. I don't give them enough love and attention because I get so many Freebirds in here. I forget. I'm sorry, guys at Freebird, everybody watching, but I need to give you guys some love. I probably should have done that a long time ago, but there you go. Other pairs I'm working on, another pair of Jimmy Choos. Looks like Marcus already had the toe piece. This is a lady's shoe tree, by the way, which for some reason have lately been hard to find. But for the pointed shoes, this is a lady's shoe tree right here. Just spring loaded, a little bit more pointed on the toe there. And yeah, just goes down into the toe. That tension presses on the back of the heel, and voila. Because this lady, she had two pairs of Jimmy Choos that you can maybe see right here is a little bit of a crease there, and she did a number on them. They had some water damage and everything. This one's kind of peeling up there, but we're building up the toes first on that. Marcus already gave these a bath and tried to shape that toe before I did anything else on him. And you build up that toe with some leather pieces, and then we're doing a full rubber protective sole. A lot of these ones, if they're not the red bottom ones, I do recommend trying to match the edge of the sole. So this one's got a black edge on it. This one's also got a black edge. So if we do a black protective sole, that's my personal recommendation, because eventually the edges do wear out and it really stands out as a sore thumb if it's a beige colored protective sole. That's my 2 cents. If you want the beige, if you want the red, whatever, we can definitely put it on. Louboutin, obviously, they have to have the red always. They will always need the red. So thought I'd put that out there. Let's see. You got them directly from Allen Edmonds, noon, January. Many thanks. Absolutely, Phil. I don't remember I remember Allen Edmonds showing that Arctic sole, but I don't remember what they said on everything. Hey, Dan. Haven't seen you in a while. Yep. Hello from the Windy City. Hello from the colorful Colorado. It's a weird one for us. I guess because we have very colorful sunsets. We get pink, purple sunsets, all sorts of stuff. But, alright. Jimmy Choo doesn't have any red bottom shoes. Did I say red bottom on accident? No, I mean, I was just throwing it out there. We can put red if you want on there, but I'm not going to feel too comfortable about it, personally. I mean, unless we're doing some crazy customizations, which I'd go for a different shoe, honestly, in general, for customization. I mean, Jimmy Choo are great, but that shoe, I don't know if I'd really want to do that version of a customization on it, personally. But thought I'd show you guys real quick on that one. Let's see. What's your opinion of the Ridgeway sole? Is it softer than Day-Night sole? So the Ridgeway sole, I'm trying to remember. Honestly, I'm spacing out on it. Ridgeway. Which one is the Ridgeway? I'm trying to remember. Honestly, I'm spacing out on it. But your question... softer than the Day-Night sole. So if I'm correct, the Ridgeway sole is supposed to be softer than the Day-Night, if that's what you're talking about. If you're talking about maybe the Eaton sole, like the Vibram Eaton, yes, the Vibram is definitely softer. The Ridgeway, however, that is something I'm spacing out. I'm thinking of a shoe. There's a Ridgeway boot, but I don't remember from what company. My memory sucks. I'm sorry. Let me get some more tea real quick. Still warm. Gotta love these Yetis here. Yeti, I want a sponsorship. I love that stuff. But yeah, anyways. Oh, speaking of Day-Nights, let's see. It's got the wave pattern. What is that? Is that a Vibram sole, Dan? Let's see. Ridgeway sole. Let me pull that up. Oh, you're talking about that Ridgeway from Day-Night, actually, right? Yeah, that one. So North America, I don't think we have those quite available for us yet. The last time I talked to the company that manufactures the Day-Night soles, because it's not just Day-Night, it's a company that manufactures large rubber tubings. But I talked to them a while ago. This was before they came out with that kind of olive color that Allen Edmonds has been using on their shoes. Yeah, so it is from the same company, now that I recall it. That's why I couldn't remember the name. It's been a while, but yeah, in North America... Sorry, everyone. My camera's overheating again, but hopefully I didn't lose too much of you guys everywhere here. Let's see. Current viewers, whoa, got 26. I'm gonna really have to figure out this whole live stream so that my camera's not overheating. Maybe I need like a block of ice underneath it or something. I don't know. But Dan, real quick, yeah, that sole definitely seems like it's grippier. I have honestly not seen it in person myself yet, because I am here in the U.S., so it's one of those that I doubt I'll be seeing anytime soon, unless the company decides to ship them to me directly. But honestly, I don't even know if they're going to be, they're going to be popular for us out here. Seems like they're starting to gain some popularity though in Europe, Asia, even Australia too. There's a few gentlemen out there in Australia that have been using it as well. Yeah, looks like we dropped off a few people. Sorry guys, my camera's trying to overheat. But how long have we been going? We've been streaming for a little while now, I think. But anyways, a bunch of Cobblers in New York of them. I'm gonna have to talk to some of those fellow Cobblers that are out in New York, I guess. Dan, other Dan. I don't want to say your last name. I'm going to have to message you on that, and maybe tomorrow I'll message him. He's a fellow cobbler out in New York as well. Where the heck did he go? I'm sorry, Dan. I just spaced on your last name. But I'm going to have to message him and find out about seeing if he's got a couple of pairs, if he could ship one over to me. I want to check that out, and if so, definitely going to be a well-worthy Soul Talk Sunday episode. Real quick, I took off my smelly shoes. Remember these guys, the Day-Night versus Vibram Eaton? I still have to do a full video on it. I've definitely gotten to almost 200 miles on these guys, so you can see the wear. These are the ones that don't have the channeled stitching on them, so stay tuned for that one. I'll have to post this upcoming Sunday for you if all goes well. It seems like everything's back on track, so I'm going to keep wearing my stinky shoes, and these are the ones I'm done with. 200 miles I think is good. Okay, I hope everyone appreciates that, because these are killing my feet with no shanks, no midsoles, no nothing. Thank you, Idbad2, or wait, Ibdad2. Okay, IBDad2. Okay, IBDad2. Yeah. I just had a pair of Wolverine boots resoled with Vibram Gumlight. Thoughts on that sole? Vibram Gumlight is kind of generic term. There's a lot of models of Gumlight soles from Vibram. The Vibram Christie sole is technically also a Gumlight version, but since then they have tweaked the ingredients, it seems like, so they're no longer promoting it as a Gumlight. I believe so. But Gumlight soles aren't bad. They're nicer as far as the cushion aspect and softness of it, plus a better surface area for grip. That's a good one. That's why a lot of roofers like them. A lot of contractors like to use those, because there's a better surface area for that without the heavier grip. Let's see. How do you resole those Louboutins and Jimmy Choos if you can't or don't remove the heels? So with these guys, again, we're just doing the protective sole here, the red bottom protective soles. If you do need a full sole, as you can tell, the red here comes up to there, and on the Jimmy Choos, the soles come up this way as well. If I can grab one of these, we do have a full sole Caselli, which is designed to go up the heel like that, right there for you. And this is a rubber here, and we do the same thing with the leather. Now, however, if the leather sole goes underneath the heel base, yes, we do have to remove this heel base. I just posted a video on Sunday about rewrapping a patent leather black Louboutin heel. You'll see how the heel block has to be removed. The lady damaged it. She didn't want to get a full resole of it. Just giving you a full warning. She wanted minor, not minor, but certain types of repairs done to at least the wrap, and a filler on the red part of the heel here. So if you want to check that out, you'll be able to see how everything is removed and rewrapped and put back together. I've done entire videos on the protective soles as well, so if you want to look at those are available too. Let's see. So typical turnaround time right now, because of all the craziness I've been having going on, it's all over the place. Resoles, we're pushing anywhere between 2 to 4 weeks, depending on what's going on. Some of the more custom projects, 3 to 4 weeks. We may push 5 weeks in some cases. Just, again, a lot going on with the full soles. If it's smaller jobs like heels, protective soles, if they're basic, typically about 1 week. Right now with the red bottoms and all the hand cut versions that I'm doing, those I'm doing 1 to 2 weeks, because I'm having to do a number of things throughout the day a lot of times. So just as a heads up for everybody. Let's see. It looks like, yeah, I heard Viberg is bringing some kind of soles. I think they're bringing a few other sole options, not just the Ridgeway. I guess I didn't. Again, that's first for me with the Ridgeway, but I don't know what else they're planning to do. Viberg seems like they're taking some steps recently. They're getting a little more attention, and it looks like they're doing some interesting stuff. Definitely a cool brand. I like them, that's for sure. I should probably send them a message and be like, hey, I'm over here in Colorado if you guys need any kind of work done for any of your local clients here. But again, our state is fairly diverse, so I don't know out here how many people statistically may have Vibergs, but if it's even only 5 people that are out here in Colorado, love to work on those Vibergs. I love them. So, but then again, I'm shooting myself in the foot. I'm trying to get more smaller jobs in right now. That's the bread and butter of it all at the end of the day. I'm sorry, but I do love the bigger jobs. They're kind of interesting projects and stuff. But oh man, he's gonna kill me. But I'm gonna give a quick sneak peek. Is it on camera? I don't know. Okay. Sneak peek. You know who these are. So, there'll be a video up here in the next few weeks on these guys. I'm doing some final touches on it because this gentleman has a number of other pairs here too, and I'm going to be shipping out a number of pairs to him anyways, so had to do some final touches. This is a Vibram double sole option that we do. We got the Vibram Christie sole and then the Vibram Sierra for added traction. So yeah, that's what we're doing on those. So you can check out some of those double sole video options already, but the video on these boots will be up here in the next 2 weeks, roughly on that. Sending everything out to him this week here in the next day or two. Let's see. All right, it looks like Fluorescent Imperials that are now they are 12Ds and need 12Es. So was asked. So honestly, I'm trying to stay away from the adjustment as far as like the widths and all that kind of stuff. But especially a Fluorescent Imperial, God, I'm so tempted to do that. If you're willing to be patient with me, I can take care of that. If you actually want me to do like a widening, I can do that. The other option is if they're just kind of tight in a certain area, if you're local here, bring them by to us. We can stretch that out for you. Otherwise, any of your other local cobblers, if they put them on the stretcher, usually we recommend a 7-day period that they stay on the stretcher because we're technically rushing the materials already to stretch a little bit further. But maybe start with that first because it's going to be a lot of work to make a shoe wider because it involves taking apart the entire sole anyways. So just as a heads up, what's your opinion on whites boots in terms of repairs? So whites are awesome. I will tell you that for sure. They are an awesome boot. In terms of repairs, I don't get as many of them as most other boots or shoes. I've done a handful of them. I had one in here, I thought, recently. It might have been for something a little more basic, honestly. But, shoot, I should not tap the table. The microphone's there. Sorry, everyone. But they are, they're an interesting build, in other words, where there's a lot going on. It's a little bit more work than your typical average shoe if you're taking, say, a regular Luke Casey cowboy boot, an Allen Edmond, a Fluorescent Imperial, an Alden Thursday boot, a Red Wing or Thorogood or anything like that. Well, Thorogood's a different category because of the plastic welt, sadly. But any of those other brands that I named off, the whites are a little bit different because of their construction of how they secure everything with that welt. There's just a lot going on, and certain models I've noticed are different between each other. Some of them, the way they stitch the midsole versus the way they stitch the actual overall sole with the midsole, there's a lot to consider. So price-wise, it's still more worth it to have them resold and repaired at the end of the day, but they will vary depending, obviously, on type of sole, the damage, but mainly on the construction overall. They can really jump around. The heel bases, however, that's a different story. Some of you guys out there with those whites, I know you guys destroy those things. I've seen it. Ooh, you guys are rough on those things. But if you want that rounded kind of heel, it's got that little round feel to it. I'm trying to see if I can at least show it on the women's. But yeah, see how it's got that little roundness to it right at that back end. We can do that as well, so no worries there. Or I have had some people ask where they just want a slant. And then somebody, sorry, didn't mean to hit the mic. Somebody asked me to just cut it straight. They want it straight. So that's my 2 cents on it. Definitely a well-worthy boot, though. Let's see, where did we leave off? Any thoughts on JK boots? I think I actually have a pair of JK boots somewhere in here. Yeah, I think somebody either shipped it in for full soles or I don't see them too often, but they're a good build. From what I recall, this pair was just recently shipped over, so I'm going to have to double check what was being all done to it. But overall, I think those, from what I recall, were actually hand welted from off the top of my head, which is definitely a big plus in my books, other than from the cobbler side, because re-welting a hand welted boot, if it's just trashed, is a pain. So please keep an eye on those JKs and resole them as needed. Don't wait too long. You're going to save a cobbler's hands drastically on replacing that welt. Let's see. Trin Heath have said that most women's shoes aren't very well made. I think Louboutins and Jimmy Choos are, but they stack up. So again, you trying to compare ladies' shoes to men's shoes is very, very hard. You know how they say apples to oranges? It's a huge difference. This is like beyond apples and oranges. This is like trying to compare dairy products to meat products, almost, in other words. That's the best way I can put it. The meat men's shoes, big, hefty. They've got a lot of heft to it. You can slap somebody around with it. The dairy products, they're a little bit more alluring, a little bit lighter on the stomach. Well, in some cases, I'm sorry if you're lactose intolerant. Bad analogy, I guess you can say. But they're a little bit lighter. They're designed to be appealing. They're designed to look beautiful on the foot. Ladies typically are lighter weight, so the materials can be lighter weight. They don't have to be so heavy and hefty and everything. So that's the expectation. Ladies also have a tendency to replace their shoes far more frequently than men, and also ladies are a lot better at this. This is a huge props to a lot of ladies out there. You don't wear your shoes throughout, multiple day periods, sometimes the same shoes 2-3 days in a row, unless they're like a workout shoe. But a shoe like this, you're probably not wearing it, on the second, third, or fourth day. You're sometimes probably maybe even wearing it once a week or maybe twice a week at most. Men have a bad habit of wearing the same shoes sometimes day after day, sometimes every other day, and so on. So they have a tendency to wear them out and destroy them a little bit more. So again, you can't really compare men's and women's shoes. There's just two very different things going on between them. Western boots, however, that's another story. A lot of the companies with the ladies' boots, same thing. Work boots as well. They're cutting corners a little bit more on the ladies, I've noticed. I'll be honest about that. Luke Casey's still holding up fairly well. There's a few other companies that are doing very well, but a lot of those companies out there that are making ladies' boots that are really flashy. Ladies, they might look great, but don't expect the life expectancy to be there for those boots. If you're going to be wearing them out to the barn, or you're going to wear them to a stock show or an event that just destroys them, they're going to get destroyed permanently a lot of times. Just want to say that. Well, Hot Wax 93. Interesting name. I'm definitely trying to do more videos. Check out the Sunday's video I just posted on rewrapping the ladies' Louboutin heel. Not on this one, it was a different pair. But I'm trying to get some more ladies' videos out. They're fun. I have a few that I've been trying to post that, again, because I do record my videos and kind of like, Don't know if it's working, everyone, but I think I just lost my camera. Sorry, camera's overheating. And I think the mic's still going too. So hopefully you guys didn't catch me getting ready to explode on this thing. Okay. Oh, okay. Sorry, the camera literally is overheating, so it's kind of being weird. But, yep, I'll try to do a little bit more with the ladies' shoes, and I've got a couple on the backup. Yeah, I could probably stream from my phone. I really want to try to figure this out between what's better, the GoPro or my phone, I guess. I'll try to do that maybe next time and see if my phone, because it's easier to do the videos on the computer itself, because I can actually read the comments, so it's a little bit harder on the phone, and I'm kind of walking around after a little while, my hand starts to shake and everything. But I'll try experimenting a little bit, so if you guys do want to see more live streams, let me know. I just brought some Chrome XL Thursday based on your frequent recommendation link. Will do, Billy. Gladly resole them. You got the day-night or Vibram Wheaton's, usually the most common. Otherwise, there are other options too. They're Goodyear welted after all. You have limitless options pretty much to resole your Thursdays. Goodbye on those for sure. What is the most complicated job you have ever done? The one that jumps to my head right away is probably the Doc Martin resole video that I did. You'll probably see it. It's got a black leather sole, JR leather sole, and on one boot it says Doc Martin, on the other boot it's just JR. That one was probably the most complicating one, at least that jumps into my head recently. But I have done a few other ones that were very complicated, and I just can't recall them off the top of my head, honestly. There's a number of complications that come through the shop almost daily. So, I mean, this Jimmy Choo with shortening the heel was a pain in the butt because I had to drill out the heel first. After pulling out this cap, I had to drill it further, and then I was able to shave everything. And the tungsten carbide bits and the titanium ones don't hold up very long against that. So yeah, that's what comes to mind. How are Tacova boots? Have you ever worked on any of their women's boots? Sorry, there's glare. And if so, do they cut corners like some of the Western brands? So Tacovas in general, honestly, for the price point, again, keep in mind for the price point, they're a phenomenal boot. For the price point, hands down, they're awesome. Definitely at the top in that category. But do keep in mind there are certain aspects that to keep them at that price, they do have to cut. They do cut. And it's honestly, I think it was certain leather grades that they use on the soles, the heel bases, and some cases it's the upper as well, I've noticed. But there are certain areas that they do cut corners. The basics of the boot are there. You've got your shanks, you've got your Goodyear welts, everything is there that you need. Leather stacked heel bases, but the quality isn't as high as, say, a Lucchese boot, for example. Also, for some of you out there, stop hammering away at Lucchese. Lucchese is still at the top of their game when it comes to mass-produced, boots out there. The made-to-order ones, the custom-built ones, that's a different story. That's a whole nother category. Don't be trying to compare your, standard Lucchese's to a pair of custom ones that they make by hand. Don't, please. But I just wanted to throw that out there on Lucchese's behalf, basically, because I am the original person who started out Lucchese enthusiast on Facebook. If you like Lucchese's, check that out. I'm not very active on there recently. As you can tell, even on YouTube, I haven't been very active recently. Anybody that's an admin on there and Lucchese enthusiast on Facebook, I appreciate it, and thank you so much for standing in for me. You guys have saved my butt because I'm kind of out of the loop at the moment. So yeah, but Tacovas are well worthy. I haven't noticed them cutting any bad corners, any corners that just are a bad sign. If I notice them, I will point them out. But for the time being, definitely a well worthy buy. There's also a Tacova enthusiast page on Facebook, which is growing fast. That was started by my buddy Cobbler, Zane Maddox in Snailsville. Shoe repair. Is that Georgia? Snailsville, Georgia? Snailsville Shoe Repair. So check them out. Zane, you're doing good, bud. I don't know about most complicated, but I know the messiest was those blue ones that left the die on the bench. Die on the bench. Talking about over here, dye. There is tape. Dye on the bench. I don't know what dye you're talking about, but I have done a few blue shoes. I got a pair of Allen Edmonds that I've been trying to dye for a while, and finally I gave out, and that was like a year and a half ago or two almost. And Marcus Fisher picked them up and finished them out for me. They look amazing now. I got to put the soles on there. I don't know when I'll do that. They're not my size, sadly. I think they're like a 10. One other thing, we do have a number of shoes and boots. Sorry, ladies, we don't really have much for you, but the gentlemen, we do have a number of shoes and boots that I like thrift store shopping, and I find some awesome stuff. Sometimes we just have customers that leave stuff here for us. We don't get around to refurbishing them because those shoes are just sitting there and they don't pay the bills currently. But maybe I'll start on the live streams also featuring a couple of the shoes and boots that we do have in stock, and if anybody wants them, let me know. We'll probably maybe do like $100, $150 a pair on boots and shoes that literally range anywhere from about 200 to, in some cases, close to $1,000 a pair, and they're yours. Maybe some of it we can go under $100. Just depends what it is. I may have some okay shoes, and you have that option if you do want them, because after all, they're a used pair. If you want them resold or recrafted, I can do it. If you want someone else to do it, no hard feelings. I'm not going to get upset, obviously. But for the time being, I can't resole or reheal any of those because they don't bring in any kind of funds for me. But if you want to buy the shoes as is and then add on the service, I'll definitely be willing to give a discount on the services, and you end up with an awesome customized, possibly pair of shoes or refurbished that are new for you and ready to go. So maybe I'll start featuring that. I won't do it today because I got to go up front, dig out which ones they are, and go from there. Let's see. Gotta run. Thanks, PVG44. Thank you for joining us. This is actually pretty cool. Let's see. Hot Wax. Steve at Beato's has often lost leather soles with the logo like the original. Have you ever done that? So Steve at Beato's over there, he custom ordered a number of those custom logos and everything. Some of them I think he also inherited as well, but you gotta remember, Steve's been doing cobbler work longer than I've been alive. I'm not even 30 yet. Just as a heads up, I'll be 30 at the end of this year. But Steve's a great guy and everything, but he's got a lot more that he's already able to get going before I was able to. I will try to get some of the original factory stamps, but that's kind of like not my priority right now, honestly. I will be getting some for a couple of brands because the gentleman that I'm working on his shoes, he's a good customer of ours, and I've been meaning to get those stamps anyways, and he had requested it, so I was like, well, might as well order those. So definitely got those going already. If I do get the stamps, I'll post it again on our I don't know if I should post it, but I don't know if I should post it, honestly, because it can potentially cause some issues. So I'll just clump a bunch of stamps together and take a screen or a photo of it and say we got a bunch of logos from companies, and message us if you want a particular one stamped on the bottom of your soles when they're recrafted to look like original and everything. I don't want to get in trouble just in case. So, but yeah, Steve does that. I know it's pretty cool that he does it. The bright blue and yellow ones still. Oh, Billy, you're talking about the oh, I didn't actually do the dye job on those bright yellow and blue ones, the Michigan State football team colors. I did the soles on those, the welts, the stitching, and all that kind of stuff. The actual uppers, however, those were done by Alberto out in Alberto. I hope you see this, but I think he's either in New Mexico or Arizona. I think he's in Arizona. I've got a pair of shoes he shipped over to me here that he dyed, but I can't show you, actually. I can't. Those shoes are really cool. I didn't do a video, sadly, on it. I've been overloaded. Shoot. I've been overloaded. You'll see them. They're really cool, and I hope the person that's getting them ends up liking them. They're really awesome. But I can't post them yet. I can't. There's a number of things that I have to get finished out on, a number of other things all around here before I can post those, and a few other boots that are really cool projects and shoes. So stay tuned on those. As soon as I can, I'll be posting them immediately, so keep an eye out for that. Any size 15s? Oof, I am sorry. That's a tough one. I don't have anything of 15. I think I did have a couple of 13s, was the biggest, but most of those get picked up by a buddy that I go to the cigar lounge with sometimes and everything. So he picked all those up already in the 13s, and that's the biggest I've found. But I will definitely be keeping that. Basically, anytime I go into a thrift store, I look at everything that's a great brand, great build, construction, or anything like that. I don't care the size, whether they're my size or not. I can't pass them up. I can't. They're going to end up in someone else's hands who doesn't care, especially here in Denver. A lot of people don't really care unless they know what it is, you know. So I just grab it, we shine them up, condition it, make sure they're treated, and I also examine them to make sure that in the future they're repairable, so no extensive damage on the uppers. If they have extensive damage on the uppers, I don't bother with them, just as a heads up. But I'll keep an eye out for a size 15 for you. Alright, oh, 2 people with size 15? Dang. guy's got big feet. My buddy Mark, I'm gonna have to tell him, you over here bragging about your size 13s. These guys are gonna stomp on you. But yeah, anyways, we've been going at this for a while. People, looks like, have been coming and going. I did just realize what time it is here. It's getting kind of late. I do have my wife here and our little girls here with us. They've been here almost all day, and they're coming back in here tomorrow. They're doing a bunch of stuff in the back. I do hope everybody's enjoyed the live stream, everybody that's tuned in, everybody that's tuning in after and everything. It's just kind of just sitting around, messing around. I greatly appreciate it. One other thing, if you have stayed till the very end, I do have a quick question. I'm debating on starting a podcast just for fun, because it doesn't involve me having to actually sit in nice surroundings. I can literally probably be sitting at home. You don't want to see my house. I'm not showing you my house. Don't even ask. But I could be sitting at home and recording the audio at least and posting it. And then you don't actually have to sit there with a screen in your face. If you're driving, you can listen in and maybe post once a week. If you have questions or anything like that on the podcast, I can respond to the questions without. You got to keep in mind some of those questions I won't be able to answer if it's having to actually show a shoe or anything like that, but I can respond to a number of questions probably a little bit more efficiently if you're somebody that likes to just sit with an earbud in like I do and listen on the car ride. My car ride is 45 minutes one way and then 45 minutes back the other way every day, so I listen to a number of podcasts and stuff like that. But let me know if you guys want to check out a podcast, if you'd be interested in that, especially because I got a little bit of a better mic here now too. Figured out how I can record just the audio without needing the video and stuff. Otherwise, if you enjoyed the live stream, make sure to give a thumbs up. If you don't like the live stream, I guess you can give me a thumbs down. YouTube algorithm is not going to like it for my videos and stuff, but it's greatly appreciated. Let's see, I don't know, I like the live Q&A. I do too. I gotta figure out the overheating thing of my camera. Maybe that might be an issue every now and then, but maybe I need to set a limit because I talk so much of probably 30 minutes, because we're going at 57 minutes almost. Bam, 57. Okay. But again, there's a delay, so I don't know what the delay is like. Anyways, we'll definitely do some more Q&As maybe next week. Comment down below what days seem to be better. It seems like Tuesday evening seems to have gotten a good amount of attention. Maybe we'll start doing some live streams at the Cigar Lounge a few doors down by us over here. Maybe we'll have Janelle or Marcus join in, or whoever else. Jason might join in. That's the other thing with the podcast. We may be able to do some interviews with people as well that maybe are clear across the country too, and maybe get that going too. So we'll have live Q&A, start posting again on Saturdays. That's what I'm trying to do, is post the videos on Saturdays and get back into that Soul Talk Sunday, especially with the tested shoes that I'm doing right now. Sorry for the noise. Again, give a thumbs up if you've been enjoying this. I appreciate everybody tuning in. Also, we do still have our sorry, everyone. Lost the connection there, but if you're still listening, we do still have our GoFundMe page up and running and everything. I think my audio's still going, right? Yeah, my audio's still going. But if you have our GoFundMe link, it's on our website, cobblersplus.com. It's on the home page. Anything helps, definitely. After this whole thing that happened in 2020, we are still applying for a number of things and waiting patiently on it, but any little bit helps. Maybe after we finally get things on track here at the shop, we'll be able to finally start seeing if anybody's interested in doing donations for upgrading equipment like my camera that keeps overheating, or computer, or whatever may work. But everyone, thank you for joining in. Hello from Amsterdam. Yep, well, I'm just getting off right now here. Let's see, the message is held from Engineer, thumbs up. You get a thumbs up from me. Thank you. Real quick, I'm not really a podcast person, but if you... Okay, yeah, I'll check out some of the apps too. Again, this is my first time doing the live stream in this kind of scenario and setup, but we'll see how it goes. Sounds like the baby's getting fussy back there because it's time to get going. Thank you again, everyone, for joining in. Stay tuned. We'll have more videos for you posted, and maybe next week keep an eye out for the live stream. So make sure you hit that notification bell icon. You'll be notified as soon as we go live as well. Until I get everything fine-tuned, but I'll try my best, and we'll grow on it some more. Maybe the live streams might be a better route to go, at least for the question and answer, the Q&As, whether it's from me, Marcus, or Janelle, or whoever, and we'll go from there. Thank you, everybody. I'm gonna figure out. Let's see. Stop streaming. Thank you, and I'll see you.